Want a simple way to stay on top of tasks you've given others or topics you want to discuss with someone else? Let me show you how you can use tags in Evernote to track assignments, follow ups, and key talking points with your team. It's a really simple system that keeps everything organized and right where you need it. Plus, how to turn handwritten notes into text. Hi, I'm Dave Edwards, a certified Evernote expert. And that means while I don't work for the company, I get to sit in on regular calls with their team so that I can show you the latest features and how to optimize your Evernote system. In addition to these regular videos, I write about productivity and related topics in my free weekly newsletter. Sign up at daveedwardsmedia.com, click on the contact button, and I'll get you signed up. So long before Evernote ever had a task manager, I was able to use tags to track projects and things I needed to discuss with others. I still use tags, and it helps me prepare for discussions and follow-ups. Let's take a look. So I want to show you an alternative way to keeping track of assignments that you're making to others or expectations that others have of you or things that you're waiting for. Now, of course, you can do a lot of this right within Evernote's tasks function. And if you have a task that you want to put on your task list, you can list it, you can put a description, you can come up with a date and reminders. You can even assign it to someone this way. But I have another way of keeping track of things that aren't really tasks for me to do, but things I want to remember. And they involve using tags. If you'll notice in my tag list, I have set up a number of tags named for people. So I'm just making these up here in my demo account, but Charlene, my administrative assistant, Fred, our facilities manager, Mary, our marketing manager. These are three people that I deal with on a regular basis. I also have what the GTD system called some contexts, and this is a way of calling attention to things that I'll also need by a deadline. Now remember, these are not purely tasks. These are things that I just want to remember. You know, Fred is my facilities manager, and I rely on him extensively in this scenario. So if I'm meeting with Fred, I'll create a note for the meeting, and this is just my template that I use. And so I'm meeting with Fred, and Fred and Mary and I are reviewing the facility goals for Q2, and I take some notes here. If I want to, while I'm in this, if I say to myself, wow, you know what? I need to also talk to Charlene, my administrative manager, about this issue because I want her to be involved in it. I come down here and I add a tag. And in this case, it will be Charlene. So now Charlene is tagged in this ad. Even though it's a note from a meeting that I had with Fred and with Mary, Charlene is now tagged here in this note. Now, when I had a full-time administrative assistant, who was not named Charlene, by the way, I would meet with her every morning, and we would go over issues that came up. And the way I would do it is, at this point, when I was going to meet with her, all I would do was click on her tag, and now every note that she was tagged in appears in my note column. So now I could sit down and I could click on this one. I went, oh, Charlene, I wanted to remind you about this. And this was in my note. And then I could, come down here and I could click the next note that she was tagged in. So this kind of became like my agenda for every time I wanted to meet with Charlene. Same thing with other people. I would click on their name, and in this case, I had nothing to discuss with Fred. But whenever I had tagged Charlene in a note, when I would meet with her, I would be able to remember all the things I wanted to discuss with her. This also was important not only in formal meetings, but sometimes informally. Somebody calls you up and you have an opportunity to talk to your boss. Well, if you tagged your boss in your notes that you wanted to bring up in those conversations, you would have it right here. Again, these are not really tasks for you. These are just conversation points or things you want to discuss with other people or reminders you want to get. So that's an alternative way of using tags. Let's move from that to a viewer question. Terry from Arizona wrote and asked, how do I turn handwritten notes into text on Evernote? Can it be done? Well, sometimes when I'm in a meeting or attending a lecture, I take notes on paper. And while I can take a picture of those notes and import them into Evernote, if I want to share those notes with others, here's what I do. Well, the simplest way of doing that is to just create a note and taking a picture of the handwritten note and then sliding the image into Evernote, and the image will appear. And as you can see, I don't necessarily have the best handwriting in the world. Then you simply come over and transcribe what you have written, and it will take a couple of seconds to figure out the handwriting. And then, despite my awful penmanship, it was able to pick up on the text that I have. So now, if I want to send this to someone, I can, of course, just send them the Evernote note, or I can copy and paste it. This is to use the AI transcribe tool. I've showed this in a previous video. If you go to evernote.com/AI-transcribe, you'll get to this screen. You can choose a file. You can upload this file and then start the transcription from here. And it has done pretty much the same thing. It has grabbed the text from the image involved. And you can copy it or save it directly into Evernote. If you have questions about Evernote that you'd like me to answer in a future video, just email me at daveedwards@outlook.com or post a comment below. I'd also appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my videos by hitting that subscribe button below. Thanks. Okay, so you've got Evernote. You use it to take notes, save ideas, and maybe clip a few web pages. But here's the thing. Evernote can do so much more. And that's where Evernote Beyond the Basics comes in. This online course shows you how to use the powerful features inside Evernote and why they are important, whether you're managing projects, tracking goals, leading a team, or just trying to stay on top of daily life. This course helps you build a system that will work for you. No fluff, no theory, just clear step-by-step videos that walk you through everything. You get over 2 hours of easy-to-follow content, lifetime access, and free updates whenever Evernote rolls out something new. All for just $50. Go from Evernote user to power user. Full details at daveedwardsmedia.com and click on courses.